Let's talk about preventing child neglect and how you can make a difference. Child neglect is a serious and pervasive issue. Let's explore the basics. There are 4 sections to this training: Explore the Basics, Fact or Fiction, Everyone's Responsibility, and What We All Can Do. There are additional resources available on the National Alliance of Children's Trust and Prevention Fund's website, ctfalliance.org, and on the website for the National Child Abuse and Neglect Technical Assistance and Strategic Dissemination Center, CANTASD, a service of the Children's Bureau, at www.cantasd.org. Let's begin together as we explore the basics. Child neglect is often hidden and misunderstood. There are many kinds of child neglect: emotional neglect, medical neglect, physical neglect, educational neglect, as well as many others. Defining child neglect raises many questions, such as, exactly what does it mean to provide for the basic needs of a child? Who decides what is acceptable and what is not? How does culture impact our opinions and assumptions about these things? Child neglect is a failure to meet children's basic needs. And that failure places children in harm's way. That failure can happen at many levels: at the individual level, at the family level, at the community level, and at the societal level. The good news is that child neglect is preventable if we all work together. Let's listen to a group of parents who at one point had their children removed because of neglect. Here is their advice.
We need to have the community at large. It takes a village to raise a child, is my firm belief. And whatever that village is for each individual person, we need to educate our families along with ourselves so that we can help prevent neglect.
When we all work together, child neglect is preventable. Next, we dig deeper and explore ways that our assumptions may be wrong, fact or fiction, how preventing child neglect is everyone's responsibility, what we can all do to prevent child neglect. Stop for a moment and reflect on your own thoughts. What do you believe is acceptable parenting? Is your answer based on your own experiences? Do you believe you can actually make a difference? You may wish to visit the Alliance's website at www.ctfalliance.org, where you can download these additional resources: fact sheets, a theory of change, a tool that will help you communicate with others about preventing child neglect. In this section of the training, we have just begun to explore the basics. Please continue with the next section of the training, fact or fiction. There's so much more to learn. Support for this training was provided by the Office on Child Abuse and Neglect, Children's Bureau, Administration for Children and Families, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, through the National Child Abuse and Neglect Technical Assistance and Strategic Dissemination Center, CANTASD, contract number HHSP 233-201-400025C, in partnership with the National Alliance of Children's Trust and Prevention Funds. CANTASD is funded by the Office on Child Abuse and Neglect to create resources and develop peer learning activities, including the National Conferences on Child Abuse and Neglect, for those engaged in primary prevention and early intervention to promote the safety and well-being of children, youth, and families. The National Alliance of Children's Trust and Prevention Funds provides training, technical assistance, and peer consulting opportunities to state children's trust and prevention funds, and strengthens their efforts to prevent child abuse and neglect. Parents from the Birth Parent National Network, BPNN, helped to provide the video conversations in these learning sequences. The BPNN is an expanding national network of hundreds of birth parents and organizations working together to support families and influence child welfare systems. It is supported by the National Alliance of Children's Trust and Prevention Funds and Casey Family Programs.